Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of the Cartridge and Disc Podcast. This is your Gen X Gamer here. And let's get into our suspension here. This is day one of being demonetized. And well, let's talk about some Switch 2. Right? Let's talk about the Switch 2. Well, guys, everybody's waiting for this. We've been waiting this for a long time now because, you know, the Switch is getting up there in years, believe it or not. It feels just like yesterday, doesn't it? Feels like yesterday when I got the Switch for Christmas for my kids. It was such an exciting day for me. It really, really was. But now, here we are, waiting for the Switch 2. And I think, like many people, what I'm thinking about is whether or not Nintendo will make some of the same mistakes of the past. You know, say the the Wii U launch. We don't want to see another Virtual Boy situation. Right? Those are terrible. You know, Nintendo has had their missteps. And there's a few things that I'm concerned about. Number one for me is backwards compatibility. I mean, the library of the Switch is huge. Right? I don't want to just lose all my games. The problem with Nintendo is that they're pretty much the only company, along with PlayStation, that get away with making you buy this crap twice. You don't have to worry about that in Steam, right? Microsoft doesn't do it to you. They'll just upgrade you for free, but not these two. And Nintendo has been notorious for it. And we do it, right? It's our fault, right? Because how many of us, right? And I'll raise my hand because I'm guilty of this. How many of us own the same game in multiple platforms, right? We'll have Zelda and, like, I have Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Wii U. You know, and I have other titles that I bought twice. And, you know, we've all done it. And Nintendo knows that they can get away with this. So that's my fear with backwards compatibility, that they're just going to say, you know what, these guys are going to buy these new games anyway, so we'll just change to this new format. Whatever that format is. I mean, I'm hoping it's not all digital, but who knows? Right? Who knows? That would be my big worry. But it looks, from all the reports, because they're saying that some of the AAA teams out there, the developers, already have their development kits on there. So they know how to make these new generation of games. They're looking for a release in the second quarter of 2024, which would make sense, or second half. That way they're ready for Christmas. I mean, you don't want to open up the bag too early, because then people are not going to buy any Switches this Christmas, right? You have to get rid of that backlog. Not that they're going to stop making Switches, because they're selling rather well as we speak. Because it's not, even though people are really, really harping, and when I say people, I mean people on the internet are harping about graphics, the public at large doesn't seem to care really that much. The Switch is selling like hotcakes, so, you know, it is what it is. Now, what are they going to do moving forward? I mean, what would I like to see in a perfect world? What I'd like to see is, I'd like to see a dock that is also a console, right? And you could use theoretically the Switch 2 as you did the Wii U. In a perfect world, that's not going to happen, of course. But, you know, if somebody asked me, you know, if I had a wish, what would it be? It would be that. I like that second screen, right? I really, really do. I think for some games, it makes it a unique experience. What else would I like to see? Number two, I'd like to see a dedicated console, right? For those people who don't care for portable. You know, it's not until now that I have the baby. Usually I was just playing 90% of the time before, you know, I had the baby. I was playing the Switch mostly docked. And then, you know, after I started traveling with the baby and stuff, that I have less time, now I'm taking it out and I'm playing it on the go again. So there's that versatility factor that we love, and it looks like they're going to keep, which is great news, right? For me. That is what I think. I don't know what you guys think out there. Do you think they're going to make it backwards compatible? I think they have to, guys. The library is so big that I think if they don't, people will revolt. I hope they don't make any of the same mistakes they did in the past, like with the Wii and the Wii U. That transition, that whole debacle. You know, they have to have learned from that. They have to, right? Because they don't want to fumble the bag again. They're the leaders right now. They have everything to lose. So they need to measure twice and cut once. So hopefully they'll be a little bit more careful this time. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the Switch 2 and the upcoming launch. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Thank you for following me, for following the channel, for your likes and comments. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate your support during this time where we're going to be completely demonetized. We're going pro bono, baby, all the way. Have a great one, guys. Take care.